What up? What up? What up? What up? What's good? Hey, man. I'm about to tell y'all some real shit right now. You know what I'm saying? Some real shit. Man, it is a mass deception going on around these parts. I'm trying to tell you, man, there's something sick taking place right now. Man, I'm trying to tell you, man. It is a mass. Niggas is getting rocked to sleep out in this bitch. Niggas is getting rocked to sleep. Trust me when I tell you, niggas is getting rocked to sleep. Hook, line, and sinker, man. Straight the fuck up. And excuse my French, but, you know, I gotta use that for shock value at this point in time. Niggas is getting rocked to sleep, man. Niggas is getting rocked to sleep. It is a mass agenda to put niggas back in night-night. Niggas going sleepy, go night-night. I'm telling you, man, listen. I touched on this before. You dig? But it's kind of like jumping back at me. You know what I'm saying? Before I seen it, it was subtle. You know, the deception, it was subtle. You know, it was subtle. You know, I seen it coming in. I seen it creeping in. And I said, you know what? They're going to be turning niggas the other way. That ain't sound right. But look, man. I'm on Facebook. Niggas is going crazy. Niggas is going nuts, man. Like, these niggas don't read. These niggas, they not showing no books. These niggas ain't standing on no shoulders of no ancestors, no teachers, no nothing. These niggas is Google and video bound. And think they holding super facts. These niggas is Google and video bound and think they got super facts. They think they holding super. These niggas think they just got the truth, like for sure, like really, like this what it is. Like, man, look, to me, in my personal opinion, man, that the most dangerous thing consciously I have ever seen, in my opinion, is for a theory to get pushed or to be received as a fact. Nigga. Sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, but I'm just in the moment right now, you know. I don't want to keep throwing the N-word around. My people. Something was supposed to take place. Something was supposed to take place in this movement and this flourishing of knowledge and spreading of information and the spreading of the spirit of consciousness. Something was supposed to take place. And what was supposed to take place was for the individual to become, to a certain degree, their own researcher, their own teacher, and their own master. But what I see, these guys and gals are nothing more than influenced followers. I don't know what happened where people lost the ability to think for themselves. I don't get it. But it's real. It's real, man. Trust me when I tell you it's real. And I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming 4 years ago. I knew this was coming. And what frightens me, really, what frightens me is the thought of works and books being destroyed. That what really frightens me at a more drastic extent on what I'm really truly speaking on right now. You dig what I'm saying? What really scares me is the thought of works and books being destroyed and confiscated, things of that nature. So, you know, I guess this is just a rant, but man, really, man, how can you teach? Or how can you supposed to be a teacher? Or how can you supposed to have knowledge? Look, I need y'all to get this. This is super important. I need y'all to get this, like, for real, man. And I need y'all to really keep this, what I'm saying to y'all. I need y'all to keep it with you. I need y'all to keep this. I need y'all to keep this with y'all. If a person comes out and teaches, or anywhere, on any platform, in physical reality, anywhere, if a person professes any type of knowledge, any type of teaching, and don't tell you where he sprouted from, and what I'm trying to say is, like, who his teachers is, who he drew inspiration from, who made him, like, bruh. Trust me when I tell you, you know, because I can get into conspiracy theories myself. You know, I got my own conspiracy theories. You know, I believe, you know, sometimes I feel as if, you know, they could be hiding my channel. But that's neither here nor there. That's not super important. You know, that could be paranoia. But if somebody professes to be a teacher, family, listen, this is very important. And you don't know who inspired them. If they're not talking about their teachers, the people who they study profusively, I'm telling you, man, it's a problem there. Because a great teacher is a great student first. A great teacher is a great student first. A great leader is a great follower first. And any teacher, any person to profess to teach you or to bring you any type of sort of information, there should be a line of inheritance of the knowledge that was passed down to them. Telling you, man, these people third eye is permanently patched, closed. These cats got the Slick Rick patch on their third eye. For real. I personally, even myself, see conspiracy theories sometimes as interesting, but you can't push a conspiracy theory or even just a theory as a fact. Why do people entertain theories as a fact other than a theory? This is very, very, very dangerous. And this is what I see a lot. And it goes to show that on a smaller level, on a micro level of consciousness, dealing with the individual, a lot of these guys are not really cut from the cloth. They are egoist. You dig? They are egoist. And they not really lit. They not really cut from the cloth, man. I was just on Facebook, man, and an older gentleman. Now this is an old cat. This an old cat. I'm an old cat now, you know what I'm saying? I ain't really that young. But this is an old cat because he's a lot older than me. He's probably old enough to be my pops. You dig what I'm saying? Pretty cool guy, maybe. But this guy on Facebook, like, disrespecting black Freemasons. I'm not saying all black Freemasons is good, but I truly believe, I know they not all bad. Well, why would I say that? Marcus Garvey was a Freemason. Ain't that true and facts? Ain't that facts? Then we come out and find out Marcus Garvey was a Freemason? Bruh. And this guy is calling all black Fremasons sellouts, fuckboys, and all this shit. And I'm like, bruh. Bruh. If I'm not mistaken, like, we got ancestors. If I'm not mistaken, if I'm wrong, somebody can just, inform me in the comments or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Set me straight, put me on the right path. It is what it is. I ain't perfect. I can make an error. But it's like a lot of our greatest minds, man, may have been black Freemasons. Now, I ain't really looked into this like that, but I think a lot of our greatest minds may have been black Freemasons or had some type of tie to a secret order. You dig what I'm saying? Like Dr. Ben. I'm not sure if Masons and Shriners is the same. I know it's similar. I know it's connected. If Dr. Ben wasn't a Mason, he was a Shriner. Look at Dr. Ben. who else? Look at Marcus Garvey. Look at Elijah Muhammad. Probably was a Shriner. Look at Noble Drew Ali. He probably was a Shriner. That's a Masonic order. Oh my gosh, man. I don't get it. I don't. So the guy is saying that the black Freemasons is fuckboys, and they've been holding us down, and they've been holding us back, and they've been deceiving the people the whole time. Okay. I'll look into it, but from my research, unless they did something behind the scenes that you can just like directly link somebody to, you know what I'm saying, and show and prove, you know. But you have to, to really make that what it is, like you have to. How can you tie everybody in? Even if, like, say, I'm from a side of town, or I'm from a certain school. My high school is called Bellevue or some shit like that. I go to high school Bellevue, and I'm robbing people. All right, and they come out. I went to Bellevue and I was robbing people. Do that mean that everybody that went to the school with me is robbing people? Or if it was 10 people that went to Bellevue that was robbing people, does that mean that everybody who went to the school is robbing people? So, I just don't get it. Because, you know, you know, from my research, I've seen that a lot of great thinkers and scholars, especially as it pertains to mystical teachings, but even a lot of great scholars and historians, you know, probably are Masons or was part of some secret order or whatever the case may be. This is some of our greatest. So I can't I wouldn't be able to say that. So I don't know how, you know, this guy, this, you know, really grown guy can come out and make a statement like that. Like, that's really weird to me. And on top of that, the dude is not Islamic or Christian. So, like, I can see if you was like a Christian or if you was Islamic, because a lot of these anti-Masonic or anti-Masonry doctrines come from out of religious people. A lot of religious people who have no history, you know, they just have fully accepted the exoteric, you know, doctrine of their religion. And, you know, so they kind of locked in that box, you know what I'm saying? A very good example of that, even though he has a lot of profound knowledge and information still, but a good example of that will be William Bill Cooper. Okay, now if you read Behold of a Pale Horse, you will easily see, or if you watch any of his videos, you will easily see that he's a Christian. And, you know, he really believed in living and embodying the Christian faith. And in doing so, when being exposed to Masonic teachings, which is an esoteric teaching, right? You know, so I believe a lot of complications came in from a lot of these Christians, you know, when it is just kind of like, you know, they just couldn't wrap their brain around a different way of teaching or a different form of learning, you know, from a way of gaining higher consciousness or a way of getting closer to God. You dig what I'm saying? So even though you know, Bill Cooper was all about exposing agendas and exposing, diabolical agendas and things of that nature, but I even heard him just speaking against the simple philosophy, the simple philosophy that goes beyond the normal Christian teaching. You dig what I'm saying? It goes beyond that. So, I have no problem, with the diabolical teaching, but I can recognize and understanding history and recognizing the religion, any type of religion, recognizing how that could take over somebody's mind. You dig what I'm saying? As an absolute truth, instead of using it as a tool of guidance and information. But I personally believe it comes a problem if someone sees this as a tool of absolute truth and everybody else has something false because they have the one and only absolute truth. So I say all that to say that a lot of the anti-Masonic literature comes from religious people. It comes from religious doctrines. It comes from religious writers. It comes from people who are against anything that's not of their one and only true religion and true faith, and they can't come out of them. They can't see nothing different from that. So it's very odd to me for a person to say to say I'm not Islamic, they trash the Islamic faith. I'm not a Christian, they trash the Christian faith. Then they come along and they trash the Freemasonic faith, when my research shows me that the Masons had an overstanding of all the doctrines that has been on this earth up to this present moment. They left no stone unturned. These are people who are invested in all knowledge. And that's why I have a respect for them, because I have no problem with that. Now, if there are any diabolical agendas that I'm not aware of, listen, I'm not approving that. I'm not approving all things that people do or are in. I'm saying from what I seen, from the aspect and from my, I guess you can say, limited point of view, I have seen that these guys was about knowledge and information and becoming the best, the best vessel of light that they could be. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now what turned me on to Freemasonic literature, if you could call it that, because I don't really like speaking about it, because I don't want people to think like I'm a Mason or something like that, like I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I have read literature from these people, and you probably have too, and just don't know that you did, maybe. But when I got the book, The Secret Teachings of All Ages, and went through that whole book from cover to cover, and I was really, what's the word I'm looking for? I was really amazed, of the amount of knowledge that mainly PR had, and was holding. I was like, gosh, Lee, this is a lot of knowledge for one man, you know what I mean? And at that point in time, I didn't even know this guy had any other books. You know what I mean? And, later on, I read even more books from him. But, I was like, whoa. You know, so this is not a take up for Freemasonry moment. You know, I understand the secret societies. I understand the stigma that's attached to the secret societies and the sacrifices and all of these things. You know, but it's just important for me to speak about my point of view. You know, and I have read Masonic literature. You know, I've read, what's that book by Manly P. Hall? It's it has to do with Freemasons. That's where I learned about Harem Biff. You know, that's where I learned about, you know, the killing of Harem Biff was basically, you know, the imperfection, you know, of the human, or the imperfection of the man that kills the divine light inside of you, you know. And that's how Harem Biff was killed. You know, he you know, I don't want to break it down. I don't want to, you know, falsely or give a weak give a weak example, you know, of that teaching. But you know, Harem Biff, that's the soul, that's the immortal soul that should be taking control, you know, of the vessel. But we kill the soul. We kill Harem Biff. Harem Biff get killed. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know how to cultivate. We don't know how to cultivate our own spiritual enlightenment, our own divine immortal soul. We don't know how to cultivate it. So, in a layman's term, you know, that's an example of Harem Biff. But yeah, he, you know, I read this book on Freemasonry. I read the book on the Melchizedek fire, I believe. I read the Autonomy of Man. Like, I read a lot of works. I read the whole Secret Teachings of All Ages from cover to cover, you know, once and a half. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. I guess that's why I can come. And then, you know, Marcus Garvey was a Freemason. We got like our ancestors who gave their life, you know, was Freemasons. So I just believe that even if you want to say, look, don't become a part of this, you know, it's not right. We know you're a good person. We know you got good intentions, but you just don't know the half of what you're getting in. Stay out of this. You know what I'm saying? But to go ahead and trash this, just to seem like you're trashing anybody who may have been affiliated in any type of way with it, I believe that that's not cool. But and you know, and if I'm not mistaken, that like all secret societies or secret orders, or however you want to call it, or schools of teaching, that they all don't get along. They might all be practicing masonry, but that don't mean that they all together and they all get along. You know what I'm saying? It's just like saying that. That's just like saying all basketball players in the world are all playing on the same team. They not. They just all playing basketball. Or, you know, all martial artists. You know what I'm saying? You know, all these people are, you know, in the same army just because they all doing martial arts. Like, no, they just all practicing martial arts. That don't mean that they all together. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my point of view, fam. And I just, you know, I really believe that it could be some worms in the apple. It could be some worms. It could be some worms in them apples that y'all chewing and biting on. You know what I'm saying? It could be, you know, it could be some mold on that bread that y'all eating. It could be, you know what I'm saying? It could be just a little bit of poison in that nourishment that y'all getting. You know, that's just my point of view. That's just me. That's just how I feel. You know, I could see something later on that just totally changed my mind, maybe so, but you know, that's just how I feel, man. I go on Facebook and I see that people are really studying, man. I really believe the problem is that people is not really studying, because, man, history is not a black and white thing, like far as trying to say, like, it's complex, man. You just can't explain stuff simple sometimes, man. Sometimes you just gotta, like, have an overstanding. You know what I mean? You just gotta know and have an overstanding, man. It's just not something. Sometimes you just can't say what it is. You just gotta know. You know what I'm saying? And so with that, I'ma go. I just, that's just what's on my heart, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I just felt like I needed to say that, because, we have, unless somebody could come out and just say, man, our ancestors wasn't shit. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say that. You know what I'm saying? Because I want the ancestors with me, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going against the ancestors, man. I want the ancestors with me. All the ancestors come in different walks of life. We all have a story here, you know what I'm saying, on this planet. We all got a different story. We all come from a different place. But in Egypt, what gets weighed is the heart. You know what I'm saying? What get weighed is the heart. It's what's in a person's heart, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to leave with that. I'm going to go. Peace.